examine Stripe webhooks using Local Proxy Inspector, LPI for short. First of all, once you've got your LPI, you will go get an email with a license code and can go to the downloads page, enter your license code and input that, get the appropriate executable for your local system, unzip it and move it into your command line if you like. Once you have that, you're set with LPI. You need to get your Stripe command line interface, which is documented in the Stripe docs. Download it and then confirm login to authenticate yourself. And once you're authenticated, you're pretty much ready to go. So the next step is to run the command line to listen and forward to. So I'm forwarding it to, at the moment, localhost 4242. I'm going to change this one to Stripe, just webhook Stripe. That'll do. And so that's now running. Now, if we run Stripe trigger payment intent webhook, it will send a payment intent, which is now coming up with error failed because we've got nothing listening on the back end. So let's just get LPI running on the back end. So LPI, we're going to proxy into 4242. By default, targets localhost 8080, user interfaces 3001. These are all defaults. You will have to enter your license key and your email the first time you use it, but thereafter you don't need to use your license key because it's stored locally for you. Let's trigger that payment intent again, and we will see here now that Stripe is responding with a 502 message, 502, because there is actually nothing listening on the back end apart from our proxy. So our proxy is listening, but it's forwarding to 8080 and there's nothing on 8080, which is fine. If we go to 3001, we can see that the 502 messages have come in here, and we can view the data, the objects, the detail of what's come in. You can see it in raw mode if you want to, formatted mode. We could edit the request and replay it, but it would go to 8080 and there's nothing listening. But if your system was listening, you can do that. So that's that. Of course, we're developers, so you can also switch to dark mode. Once we have got that, we might actually want to mock up a positive response back to Stripe, and so we have mocking ability here. So as I mentioned, you don't need the license code anymore, so by default we're sending to 8080. We're still listening on 4242, which we have to specify, and we're going to put the simplest mock, which is always reply 200. We can mock more complicated patterns if we like, and that's LPI is now running, and let's send a customer created, and here we go, customer created. Now we can see there's a 200 here. Obviously we've got no data from what's coming in on Stripe, but that's where LPI really helps. So here we come in, we got the 200, which is successful. The 502s with the duplicate because Stripe was going, I got a 502, I need to try again. But the 200 doesn't need to try again. And here we go. So live mode is false, obviously. But if you had a back-end system, you could edit the request and change live mode to true if you want to for testing. It's completely up to you. So that's a quick whistle-stop tour of using Stripe command tool and LPI. You get LPI from lpi.tools. Thank you very much.